As you can see for our second tutorial, I went ahead and created the form because you didn't need to watch me do that. I'll go over each of the text boxes. Again, I have one here called txt cust no, and its read-only property is set to true so that they can't type anything in. Then for this text box, it's txtl name, txtf name, txt street, txt city, and txt zip code, and then two combo boxes called CBO states and CBO credit limit. Okay, then I have a button here called BTN add that will actually do all the adding for me, and you can add your own states and credit limits in there that you would like. You might recall from the previous one I had 4 states here and 3 credit limits. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to double click on that one to get in here, although I've got some code already available for me as far as my documentation. So get in here. And you can see again I have my documentation. You can pause the video to put in your own. I'm going to start off with my variables up here, my global variables. The first one will be for the SQL statement itself. I'm just going to call that one dimension str for string data source as string. For the data table, dimension dt as new data table. A couple of other data tables I'll get in a little bit for the customer and the balance tables, but we'll work on that in a little bit. Dimension for the connection string, CONN, str as string, and it equals double quotes provider, provider equals Microsoft dot jet .oledb. I'm using an older database for this video, .4.0, semicolon, double quotes, spacebar, ampersand, ampersand, underscore, double quotes, data source equals accounts.mdb. Now, if it was an ACCDB database, I would change that to jet 12 on that, but this is a little bit older one for this video, so I'm just going to go with that. Let's say dimension BLN, let's see, I don't want that one. We'll say for the new customer number, dimension int new cust no as integer. There we go. And then I'll come down another blank line here for the variables that I will be using for inserting the record. So here I'll just say variables for inserting the record. Dimension dt customer as new data table. Dimension dt balance as new data table. Dimension str current balance as string, and we're going to set it equal to double quotes. And again, you might recall that cur balance field was set to a size of 6 as text, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, bingo, just like that. And then dimension str zip code as string. You'll see why I'm doing that in a minute in case they do not select or type in the +4. This is not going to be foolproof, but it'll work for us. Dimension str credit limit as string. There we go. Very, very good. Okay, now the next thing I want to do before I write any of the code for my add button, or in this case my form load, I also want to write a routine that will go out and get the last customer record for me, or the last customer number. So here I'm going to say private sub get last, let's put capital L in there, cust no, open close parentheses, and we'll say that it assigns a new customer number. There we go. Here we'll use our DT data table. So, but first I'll say str data source equals double quotes select, and I want to get the last record. Now for this one I can use the SQL command last for last. For what field? For my cust no field, close parentheses, from TBL customer. double quote. Very, very good. Let's scroll up a little bit. Makes it easier to see on the screen, I think. Then we'll say dimension data adapter equals a new OLEDB data adapter, parentheses, str, data source, comma, conn, str, close parentheses, and then data adapter dot fill, parentheses, dt, close parentheses, data adapter dot dispose, open close parentheses. Now what I want to do is take whatever that entry is for the last customer number and increment it by 1 and store it into my variable int new customer, my integer variable. So int new customer number, or cusno, equals convert to integer, parentheses, dt dot rows, parentheses 0 dot item, parentheses 0, close parentheses, plus 1, and then I can take out those last two closing parentheses. They just, for some reason, sometimes it doesn't add that over. And then I will just say me.txt custno, or custno, there we go, dot text equals convert to string cstr, parentheses, whatever is in int new custno, close parentheses. Very, very good. And that's everything I need for my customer number, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and just take my form and double click on it, because it's going to go in and load that customer number for me. And I'll just say something like loads the display information for the customer number. And I'll say get last custno, open close parentheses. Very, very good. All right. So let's take a quick run at this. We'll just do a start to make sure everything is working up to this point. And bingo, there it is. We did the form load, and it went out and found the next customer number for me. Now I can work on entering the data for that customer. Okay. Very, very good. All right. I'll let that do it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.